Hello and welcome to the eMedNI computer-based training series for New York State Medicaid providers. This video is part of our enrollment series of tutorials. The purpose of this session is to familiarize providers with how to sign up for electronic funds transfer or EFT payments. The title of today's presentation is Electronic Funds Transfer, EFT. New York State Medicaid requires all billing providers to sign up for electronic funds transfer, EFT payments. New providers need to submit the electronic funds transfer EFT application along with the enrollment application. In this video, we will review who is required, ineligible, and exempt to enroll in EFT, what the submission requirements are for different categories of providers, how to complete the EFT application, what supporting documentation is required to be attached to your application, and how to submit your completed EFT form, reference, and contact information. All billing providers or pay-to providers, including professional, institutional, dental, and pharmacy, are required to sign up for EFT payments. This includes practitioners who have private practices and bill using their own NPI, and individual practitioners in groups who do not have group-only status. Ineligible users. Practitioners who are enrolled in OPRA, ordering, prescribing, referring, and attending, cannot receive payments from Medicaid. Non-billing providers such as physician assistants, supervising pharmacists, group-only practitioners. EFT group-only exempt. Group-only practitioners are exempt from the EFT requirement. This is because group-only providers cannot be paid for a claim under their own NPI. To enroll as a group-only provider, please submit Form 426-801 located in the eMedNI enrollment pages. Existing enrolled providers can change their status to group-only using Form 426-801. The group-only form must be processed prior to E10 certification statement processing. New providers can indicate group-only on their new enrollment form, and notices will be sent to providers once processed. EFT requirements, individual practitioner requirements, individual NPI or Medicaid identification number. Enter only one provider number per application form, bank account information, Social Security number or tax ID number supplied to Medicaid at the time of enrollment. Note: individual providers who want to deposit funds into a group bank account still need to enter their individual Social Security numbers. EFT requirements, group practice requirements. For group practices, you will need your group's NPI, bank account information, the provider's or organization's Social Security number or tax ID number supplied to Medicaid at the time of enrollment. EFT requirements, additional requirements. One EFT form and attachment can be used for facilities. If a practice wants to submit for all of their providers, individual forms must be signed and submitted by the individual providers. Only need to submit one voided check or bank letter. The Electronic Funds Transfer EFT authorization form can be accessed by going to the emedny.org website. Hover over the Provider Enrollment tab. And then click on Provider Maintenance Forms. The link for the Electronic Funds Transfer EFT Authorization Form PDF is located under the Miscellaneous Maintenance Forms heading. Click on the link to open up the PDF. The EFT authorization form is composed of 3 sections: provider information, financial information, and submission information. Under provider information, please enter the provider's name, the provider's address, street, city, state, and zip code. In the provider's identifiers information area, you will need to check off the box of either provider federal tax ID number or employer identification number, and then provide the number. Unless you are exempt, you will need to give us your NPI, which is your National Provider ID number. If you are exempt, please provide the Medicaid Provider ID number under Other Identifiers. Under Provider Contact Information, please provide the contact's name, telephone number extension, email address, and fax number. This number will be used in case there are any issues or errors with the form. The next section on the electronic funds transfer form is the financial institution information. Here you will fill out the name of your bank or financial institution with their street, city, state, and zip code. You will need to provide the financial institution's routing number and what type of account it is, checking or savings. Provide your account number with this financial institution and the corresponding field. The last section on the form is submission information. Select whether the reason for submission is a new enrollment or if you have an existing EFT change enrollment. Your form will also need to include an attached original voided check or an original bank letter. You can mark the appropriate box in the corresponding field. The authorized signature must be the written signature of the person submitting the enrollment, along with the submission date, printed name of the signature, and the printed title of the person submitting enrollment. Here is an example of an original defaced voided check. Make sure that your check includes the bank name, routing number, and account number. Here's an example of the bank letter that is also accepted in lieu of the voided check. It needs to be on the bank's letterhead and include the intention of the letter requesting to set up EFT payments. The letter must also contain the provider's account information, the routing number of the bank, and the provider's tax ID. It will also need to be notarized by the bank's representative. No photocopies will be accepted. All documents must be original. Before submitting the form, please ensure the following. Attach either the original defaced voided check or original bank letterhead from your banking institution, notarized by the bank officer, to the EFT form. Under the provider information, make sure that the tax ID in that section matches the provider's name on the EFT form. For the financial institution information, make sure that all banking information fields match the account the EFT is being set up for. For help with some of the bank account questions, please contact your banking institution for assistance. Make sure to indicate if the account is checking or savings. Under submission information, the signature must be original. No photocopies or stamped signatures are allowed. Include the title of the person signing the EFT application. Please note, the practitioner must sign and enter their title. For groups, businesses, and institutions, the authorized representative must sign and enter their title. EFT authorization forms that do not comply with these instructions will be rejected. Where to mail forms. When you're ready to submit, you can mail your completed electronic funds transfer EFT form and attachments to EFT Processing, Emedney Provider Services, P.O. Box 4616, Rensselaer, New York 12144-4616. Reference and contact information. Our website is located at www.emedny.org. The electronic funds transfer form can be found at the Provider Enrollment tab under Maintenance Forms. If you have any further questions or need further assistance, please contact our call center number at 1-800-343-9000. This concludes our electronic funds transfer EFT tutorial. Thank you for joining us, and please visit us at www.emedny.org for additional training resources.